we have another potential banger right here. So we have Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. Sodiq Yusuff, he is 13-3. He is 3-2 in his last five, and he's actually coming off the loss in his main event debut against Edson Barbosa. Diego Lopes, 23-6. He is 4-1 in his last five, and he's actually coming off that KO victory over Pat Sabatini. Let's move on to the odds for this fight right here. We have Lopes at minus 135. So he opened up at minus 170, but now he's since minus 135. I mean, I think there's been some dog action taken on Sodiq Yusuff, and I actually agree with that. So Sodiq Yusuff is a I had my first introduction to him really as I laid the juice on him versus Edson Barbosa, and it looked great in round one, right? This guy 10-8'd, Edson Barbosa. It looks like he was about to finish him, honestly. And then this guy just gassed out. He lost rounds 2 through 5. He got knocked down himself, got rocked. So that wasn't a great experience for me and Sodiq Yusuff. But I do think that this being a 3-round fight, it's going to benefit Sodiq because he does have that tendency to gas later on the fight goes. I mean, he's been gassing sometimes in 3-round fights. So I don't think he's a 5-round fighter, as we saw in that last fight against Edson Barbosa. I just like Sadiq's chances to keep this on the feet, and not really engage with Lopes on the ground, right? In the last few matchups that we've seen Lopes have, he's been fighting guys that have been, trying to engage with him in the ground, right? He's been fighting Pat Sabatini, Gavin Tucker, Mozart Evloev. I mean, all these guys are grapple heavy and want to take it to the ground, and they really played into Diego Lopes' strength, which is also his grappling and his jiu-jitsu. I think that Sodiq will be smart enough to realize that that's not his best path to victory. And, although Lopes is no slouch on the feet, I think he is a good striker as well. I do think that this will be the best striker that Lopes has faced, and I do believe that Sodiq is more technical on the feet than him. I think that Lopes is to take it to the ground. He's either going to have to pull guard or shoot for takedowns in this fight and bring it to the ground. And I really do believe that Sodiq will have a good chance of just keeping it on the feet and staying safe. Now, the one big concern that I have on Sodiq and the reason why I probably will not play him is that he does have a tendency to leave his chin open and just leave himself open to strikes in general. And I think that that's a dangerous recipe for against a guy like Diego Lopes, who has some underrated power and he has some wild power as well. Power that you don't see come. I mean, the fight against Edson Barbosa, I think Edson Barbosa, although obviously a more technical striker than either of these guys, he did like a spinning wheel kick or spinning heel kick or something like that, and it caught Sodiq by surprise. So I can imagine that Lopes has something nasty and something wild for Sodiq, and he might not see it coming, and he could get KO'd or rocked or dropped because of that. So that'll be the one concern I have for Sodiq, and that's why I'm probably not going to back him. But and also obviously his tendency to gas later on in the fight. I mean, that gives me some major hesitancy as well. So I'm not trusting Sodiq. I do think that he's gonna win via decision, and that's gonna be my pick. But I probably wouldn't go anywhere near him, to be honest. And we'll just have to kind of watch and see how this fight goes.